I'm Elle.
And I'm Pat, and we are Paddock 43.
And this is your F1 fix.
Well, it is Friday the 13th, which is
Good thing we're advancing.
spooky. Spooky because you're going to hear 4 female voices today, two
That's
including
not spooky. That is the way the world should work.
It's quite delightful.
Yeah. This is coming out on the 16th. So happy Monday, everyone.
Happy Monday.
Hope everyone's had a good day. We have 2 guests in the studio today with us. So we will try and keep this very not on top of voices here because I think all 4 of us probably have the ability to speak on top of each other and still have a conversation.
Isn't it funny that we've been at the studio for half an hour and we're supposed to start recording at 9, but we've just been standing up
I know.
talking.
It is 9:29. You've already finished your coffees. I've seen Dani go through a couple of glasses of water as well. So, yes.
Brand.
On brand for everyone here. We're going to try to keep the ADHD in.
To a minimum. But we should say, who are we with?
Yes.
Do you girls want to
Introduce
Introduce
yourselves.
yourselves.
Liv, let's start with you.
Hi, everyone. I'm Liv. I'm a Libra. I like long walks on the beach. No.
Are you single?
What do you want me to say? Yeah, I am.
Oh, okay, there we
So
go.
if anyone knows anyone,
Wait, how
feel
old
free
are
to slide
you?
into my DMs. I'm 29.
Okay, matchmakers.
Okay.
I know, Pat's
I
always trying to
know. Oh my
matchmake.
God,
We're
I'm
moving
always
on
trying to
from
matchmake.
that. Now, Liv, what do you do
Preferably
and why are you
motorsports.
here as well? And Dani will get you to answer the same thing.
Okay, I kind of do a few things. I'd say the main things I do social media management for a lot of small and medium-sized businesses. I'm also a nanny, so I work with kids too. And I guess the way I kind of started with socials was because I was doing social media for other brands. I was very familiar with it, obviously. And I was like, hang on, I have ideas as well. I have things I want to talk about. And so why don't I just, I spend so much time filming for other people. Why not just film for myself as well? So I just set up the camera one day and off I went, and I've kind of never stopped.
When did
So
you
it's been-
start?
So to clarify that though, you're doing F1 social media and you also touch on other sports.
Correct.
So your
yes.
channels. Just
Yes.
tell
Yes,
us a
yes,
bit about
yes.
your channels, just
Me.
in case no one knows what.
Yes.
so
So
tell us.
started off just doing, actually my first ever video was me doing my hair, and that went like kind of viral. I had like a few million views, and I was like, oh, maybe I can do something like this. And so I did a few hair videos, and I was like, this isn't me.
What
like
were you doing?
it was like
So you have great curls, by the way.
thank you. So it was literally me curling my hair.
And were you talking about something or just...
No, it was so I don't know if you guys watch Secret Lives of Mormon Wives.
Yes.
It was the song in the background, and it was me after watching Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, and it was me curling my hair.
'cause
And
they
it got
like
like 5 million views. And I was like, okay, I guess I'll just keep making videos. But yeah, then I quickly realized I'm not massively into like hair and hairstyles. Like it's such a small part. So I started just making Formula One content. And then a couple months ago, I switched to kind of Formula One and AFL and other sports because I've always watched all sports, why stop at F1? So yeah, I've just branched out recently, and yeah, that's kind of what I'm doing at the moment. So yeah, I've been doing that for about a year and a half now. I think my first video about a year and a half.
We love an F1 content creator. And we
Yes.
also have another one here as
Who
well.
our listeners may have actually listened to Dani before.
Yes. But please, if they haven't heard you and they're not,
Our favourite New Zealander.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
After Liam Lawson. No, I'm joking. You're first, Liam second.
give us a rundown of yourself.
Well, hello, I'm Dani. I don't like long walks on the beach, and I'm not single, so that's great.
What's your star sign?
Capricorn. Not sure if you can tell. But yeah, I started making Formula One content, I think almost 4 years ago now. And I was kind of making fashion content before, and then I was like, why don't I just talk about what I actually want to talk about? Because I don't have any girlfriends to talk about sport with. And then my goal with that was to make friends. So I feel like I've done that.
Yes.
Hello, friends.
We are friends.
Yes.
Are we holding hands?
Oh, yes, we're holding hands.
Yeah.
If you're
This is a
watching now,
moment.
it's very
It's a real
awkward
witchy
and I'm
moment.
hating this.
Yeah, I doesn't like physical touch.
Hates affection.
I feel like, Oh, so does Dani.
Oh, that was really
We'll
awkward.
just hug each
I was
other
gonna
on this
say,
side.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes. That's what making Formula One content, and we'll dive into that in a little bit, is about, like, for a lot of people, and connecting on the communities online. It's very, very strong.
But I'm gonna interject here because I know something big about you as well is obviously, and because I feel like I've learned a lot about Liam Lawson through you. I think granted you speak about F1 in general, but you have told me specifically you've followed Liam Lawson from the beginning of his career, like day dot. She's a day dot super fan.
Yeah.
And maybe afterwards you can tell us a quick story about what you experienced this year.
Yes.
But yeah, I think that's like a big part of your content as well, where you've got that big New Zealand fan base that has followed you, follow Liam,
Yeah.
right?
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, we started watching. So obviously New Zealand's very small. So we get someone that's like doing something in sport, everyone kind of gets behind them, which is really good. And then we kind of started watching, we've watched him in Formula 3, Formula 2. And then he went to Super Formula doing all the side quests for Red Bull. And then he went to DTM. So we watched all of it every day like we did with F1. And then when he finally went into F1, obviously, you know, that happened.
exciting.
It was bumpy as
It
well.
was, but I got to see him in his first race for Red Bull with AusGP.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and then quick story, if you don't follow me, but if you do, you've heard this many times. I got to do a hot lap with him
Woo.
Yeah.
at
Christmas
Christmas time.
present.
Yeah, last year. So,
good. So like all your bucket lists are like tick,
Yeah.
tick, tick,
Yeah.
tick, tick.
And such a crazy coincidence that you happened to be in New Zealand when it was on.
all
as
actually at the
well.
same time.
Like it just all
like an
worked
hour
out.
away from the
It
track.
was meant to be.
It was meant to be.
It is crazy. Like you don't hear much. I mean, granted, I think the world we live in, we're very blessed that we have done hot laps before. Granted, I don't know if us three haven't done hot laps with F1 drivers, but the fact that you've done a hot lap with an
I
F1
know.
driver, who is your favorite F1
I know.
driver,
Yeah.
is, I don't know, like how do you even come back from that? It's like, well, now what?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I can die
It's only
happy.
down from here.
It's only down from here. But I wanted to thank you for the introduction, ladies. I usually when we have a guest, we start with a warm-up lap, which I'm sure you've heard us say before. It's kind of like an icebreaker. Your most embarrassing story.
Oh.
Yeah, got it.
There's no limits. The
That was
limit does
fast.
not exist.
All right.
I
Well,
feel like
Liv's
if
going
you have an
first.
embarrassing story, it is ingrained in your head.
Yes.
Yeah.
Shall I start?
Yes.
Okay. So I was at a music festival with all my friends, and obviously to go to the bathroom, you use the portaloos. Is that what they're called?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
yes.
the line was maybe like 100 meters long. So me and my friend are like, nah, we're not lining up. Let's just like kind of push in the front. So we do that, push in the front. We go into the portaloo, and obviously everyone's had quite a few drinks. Everyone's banging on the doors. Everyone's trying to open the doors. Me and my friend go in the same one together, and they are so small. There's no room to move. So we're like on top of each other, and we hear all the banging. Now, my friend didn't lock the door properly. So while I'm sitting on the toilet, sorry, is this TMI? Not
No.
sure. Pants down, everything. The door just swings open from someone like banging it, and the line of 100 meters is just like staring at me, like pants down. It's so embarrassing.
So don't worry, that happened to me the other week at the Celebrity Pro Golf tournament in Portsea, and it was on an angle that when the door opened,
Oh, no.
Especially if you're squatting.
one of the jockeys, I won't say who, a very prominent Australian jockey, was about to take a swing, and he's directly in front of me and made eye contact with me
Oh no.
as I had the toilet.
Oh, no.
Oh god.
No,
I would
So you're
die.
not
No,
alone.
dear.
How
Don't
did yours
use
fly
those.
open though?
Someone opened it.
Oh, same
I
thing.
just didn't lock it properly.
Okay, were they?
Well,
because-
this is a good lesson, guys.
What about you, Dani?
I don't think I can top that. I can't think of one.
I mean, I think that's two embarrassing stories anyway, enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Elle took it for me. Yeah.
Guys, before we get into the rest of the episode, which we are going to touch on creating content, your communities, the Australian Grand Prix and all the exciting things coming up with it, there is just one thing that I would like to touch on, and it is to do with testing at the moment, because testing is going on. And
We are in full
I think
swing.
we just finished day 3, and so this is coming out on Monday, so it would have been all done and dusted.
No, next
But-
week.
Oh, we're still going into next week,
Next
so
week.
I can't even keep up with the time.
It's like 3 days this week and then a break, which actually I was going to say something on that, and then 3 days next week.
okay.
And then AusGP.
But we saw overnight that Aston Martin has had a little bit of a blunder. It was reported that Alonso really threw his gloves out of the car.
Yep.
Not fantastic. Clearly a bad reaction.
Also
and he's someone.
Not Alonso behaviour.
Yeah, that's what I was about to
No.
say. Someone he doesn't ever react like that very often. And then Lance Stroll then admitted to the journalists that they were 4.5 seconds behind and they needed to find the time. How is everyone feeling about this? Because if that was actual qualifying, the 107% rule would apply. And if anyone doesn't know what that is, I'll just do a quick explainer refresh and then I'm going to take a breath and let everyone else speak. The 107% rule is that, say, and I used this example before, Max Verstappen in qualifying does a lap in 1 minute. Everyone else has to finish within 107% of that time. So they'll have to finish within, I think it's 4.3 seconds, whatever that is, 100%. No, 5.3. I can't do the maths, but they have to finish within a percent of that time. Otherwise, they're out for the whole weekend. So kind of scary for Aston Martin, but it is just one day and we don't know what the fuel loads are and all of that in the car. What is everyone thinking?
I want to know how Adrian Newey's feeling.
Yeah.
That's where my brain goes straight away.
But the thing is that he hasn't been at the team for long as a team principal. So some of those decisions take a year or two to make before they're implemented.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I think it's also that team had such high expectations as well. I think so many prediction videos I saw thought Aston Martin were going to be one of the top teams. And everyone's like, oh, Adrian Newey's in there now. Him and Fernando Alonso are going to, have a great partnership and do all these things together. And so I think it's not only that they're performing badly, it's that they're performing badly with such high expectations on them. Like it may have been different if Adrian Newey wasn't there and it didn't have all this hype.
Yeah.
But because of this, it's like, oh, hang on, this has gone probably worse than a lot more people expected.
I mean, I think like Rome wasn't built in a day.
Yeah.
And this is obviously everyone goes, Adrian Newey, mega genius. He's going to create a rocket ship like he did with Red Bull. It doesn't happen like this. Obviously, we have new regulations, which is new for everyone. I have a suspicion, after listening to this morning, I have a suspicion that I think that they are probably struggling to find their footing beginning of the season, but I think give it halfway, even like a quarter way into the season, they will dominate. And look, even if they don't, or not dominate, sorry, that's a big call, they will sort of pick back up. Even if they don't necessarily have a fantastic season this season, even give it a few seasons, and I think they'll work their way up. Because
Fernando Alonso might be gone by then too.
Fernando Alonso will most likely be gone. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he said he'll stay until 2027 if the car's good. I don't think he will.
I don't think so either.
I wonder who will take that. Oh, come on as well. Sorry. Just a brand new team would be nice. We don't need we don't need Alonso. Get some fresh people in those seats.
Or get Yuki in there.
Yes, but that's what. Yes,
Yuki at
yes,
Aston
Yuki.
Martin.
The Honda
Yuki.
tyres.
Yuki would be great.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the plan.
Maybe.
Maybe that's the long-term plan there.
Yes, because
Maybe.
I could see
I
that.
really want Yuki back in F1.
Yeah.
I really want Yuki back.
I just
in
want to see
F1.
him somewhere that's not in the Red Bull
Agreed. Because
area.
he has
Yes,
so
he
much
needs to be with
potential.
a fresh team.
Yeah.
That has nothing to do with them.
Is anyone worried about Isaac being at Red Bull?
I'm not.
I am.
I mean, it's just like
But it's also because it's a new car, it's new regulations.
Yes,
like it's
yeah.
going to be entirely different. But have they built this around Max? I mean, Max is throwing the toys out with the cot right now. And everyone's like, well, if you're complaining this much, retire. He doesn't like the car.
He doesn't.
He
like
always
the car.
doesn't like
But
the car.
I don't think. I mean, we've said this many times that I don't think that. Max is an old school driver. He has that old school driving mentality of which I think this is why like the rookies. It works in their favor, the 2026 regulations, because it's more of like a technical car. Whilst Max is an old school, like he would probably like to sit in a vintage car with a vintage gearbox and drive. I think that, he might retire or take a step away from F1 at the end of this season. But at the same time, they did say that Red Bull was doing better than what they thought in the testing.
yeah, Red Bull's
So-
doing great.
Yeah.
Like he was still up second fastest.
Yeah. So
So
he's just being like, I don't like the car.
Yeah. But let's be honest, it's
What
Max
was that noise?
Verstappen. He'll
Like the car.
If you watched that, it was really funny.
it's like just clip it.
Yeah.
You've been around baby for too long.
Oh, I'm the baby. Yeah. But back to Isaac Hadjar. It's one of those things where you just see the meme of the heaven and all the Red Bull drivers being like, join us. So if that happens, we're not going to be surprised. But I don't know. I have a feeling that he's going to do well. I think that he might be the one person. Granted, I know that like Daniel Ricciardo, like obviously that's a touchy subject, but like I think he and especially because there are these new regulations and the cars are sort of being built from scratch, that maybe
Well, Carl Reindler, who was on our podcast, who's F1 medical car driver, he was like, if there's one person that I thought that would absolutely slay these new regulations, it was Daniel Ricciardo.
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Don't say that to Dani.
That
She'll
was
get upset.
physically painful to hear, but
Sorry.
it's okay.
Daniel Ricciardo to Aston Martin with you.
I would love that.
Oh, imagine.
I would
Oh
love
my
that.
God.
Surely Scotty James and the Stroll family can organise something.
Come
with
on,
our best friends.
surely.
Daniel and Yuki ditch Red Bull and go to Aston Martin and win.
You heard it here first. You heard it here first.
What a prediction.
Now, before do we move on, you said you wanted to mention something about the weekend break before we move on quickly.
No, this is super random, but I was thinking about it this morning. So obviously they're in Bahrain this weekend. You know, so they've finished day 3 of testing and then they start back next Tuesday or Wednesday. What do you think they're doing this week in the drivers? Like, are they hanging out in Bahrain, or do you think they go to like Dubai for the weekend?
Well, I know Valtteri has had issues getting his bike over there, and then it finally arrived like 24, 48 hours later. So, like, I reckon he's just probably going to go cycling. He was in Abu Dhabi cycling, so
Nice.
I reckon
Well, there's a
that's what
group
they're
of them that cycle now, aren't there?
Yeah,
Ollie
I mean,
cycles as well.
most
Carlos
of them
does.
do.
It'll
Yeah.
be pedal or biking.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And Max will be on the sim.
Yeah.
Paddle, true.
And
Yeah,
maybe
Max-
some golf.
Kim Kardashian might be there.
Oh,
Maybe she'll pop over. Did you see? There was actually a really awkward interview going around of Ted Kravitz. He's just walking along and he's like, "Oh, I missed my opportunity. I should have just done it." You know, Lewis is getting hounded by everyone, and he said he's not going to talk about his private life. But I was just talking to him. I should have done it. I should have done it. It's just like he's talking to himself. And then Valtteri just walks up and takes another mic, and he's listening to Ted just like ramble to himself.
Having
And
a
Ted
crash
looks
out.
at him and goes, "Yeah, he's full crashing out." He crashes out to Valtteri and he goes, "I should have just asked Hamilton about Kardashian if she was going to be there. She's coming." And then he goes, "Yeah."
Valtteri's like, oh no, I shouldn't have joined.
no.
It's very awkward
he was
footage.
like, take the mic back. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
I'm
if
going to
you,
go.
if you can look it up, it is very, very funny. It was floating around on the internet this morning and I was like, that is hilarious. I did hear a rumor this morning that apparently Kim Kardashian may be coming to Melbourne for the Australian Grand Prix.
Oh my God.
How do you guys feel about it?
it? I can't see her coming.
Really?
No,
No,
I
I
can't
don't
say
think
it.
so.
I don't know if it's true.
I just think it's too
don't
far.
believe it's true.
Like, she's got her kids. I don't know if she'd come all
She
this
has, like,
way
20
just
nannies
for.
though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think she would come. I just can't see her coming.
Can I say, look, I know this is going to sound controversial, but I understand Kardashian curse aside.
I don't hate them together.
Neither. I like them.
Yeah.
I actually think they make a great pairing. And when people say that,
People are going to come for us. I'm going to make this a social edit, and people are going to be like, "How dare you
How
support?"
dare
like,
you?
I
Oh.
like Kim and
do
Lewis
you know
together.
what? I
I
also
think it's
really
good.
something that I say. I really respect the fact that she has like someone. She's a prime example of someone that. Even if you fail, you keep trying. She has failed the bar, I think, 4 times. And she's like, I'm going to keep trying to set the bar until
Pun
I
intended.
succeed. Granted that she's in a position where she has privilege beyond compared to what other people that may be setting the bar. But at the same time, like when she was filming that TV show and do All's Fair or whatever, and having crazy cast like set times and doing her work, which again, I recognize that she is the epitome of privilege, but she was studying for the bar and went to go set the bar. So I really respect that. And that is a work ethic like no other. And I think there's a big match with Lewis Hamilton. And also she does so much for the black community. And so does Lewis Hamilton. And I just think that, you know, she's obviously done some questionable things, but to her core, I think to her core, her and Lewis have similar values.
Yeah, she's come so far.
And
People
yeah,
just still
yeah.
have like
And it
the
could
whole
be good.
Kardashian.
People have a
But I think
way
it's
they
all,
think
and I
about
kind
them.
of when people like it's PR relationship, I'm like, she doesn't need the PR, he doesn't need the PR. That neither of them need that.
Yeah.
I think I don't
It's
know. And
kinda
I think
sweet.
yeah, and I think as well they kind of went through a phase where they were doing like let's say the Kardashians in general were doing so much and got a lot of backlash. And I think now they're just sort of like settling into their lives, and this is a nice time for her and Lewis to be together.
And they also understand each other's fame too. They're both
Yeah.
A-listers.
Yes.
And so they would understand the schedule involved. They would understand the media. They would understand everyone talking about them. And they're kind of at a similar, I mean,
Phase.
people come for me for that too, similar level. But So I do think they can relate on that level too. And it does kind of make sense for me as well. When I saw that they were together, I was like, oh yeah, I'm not super surprised. But a lot of people did seem to be surprised. So.
Yeah, I think they have the same kind of humor as well. Like Kim's funny.
Yes.
She is funny.
She is funny.
Yes. Yeah.
And like, I can just imagine the banter. Did you see the video?
Kylie Jenner.
Yeah,
And you can hear Lewis
You
laughing
can
in
hear
the
Lewis
background.
laughing.
Oh,
Yeah.
Did you not see that?
No.
Yeah.
They're like,
Yep, he's in the background.
He's in the background laughing, pissing himself as
yeah.
Kylie and Kim are like rolling around on the ground, like play fighting and stuff.
yeah. And everyone's like, I know that laugh. So-
Yes, he has a very distinct
Yeah.
laugh.
Yes.
Isn't that creepy that people pick up on a laugh?
Oh my
and, like
gosh.
went all over the internet.
Yeah, because I saw this the video when it came out because I follow Kylie,
Yeah.
and I wasn't listening to the background and I just saw the video, and then hours later I heard people say, "Oh, you can hear his laugh," and I'm like, I was not paying.
I went
attention.
straight to
Yeah.
the comments, and then that was like the top comment, and then I turned the sound up, and I was like, actually, yeah, that is Lewis. I can tell. I'm one of those ones I can tell that laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah, people are so good at picking it up.
We'll see if Kim pops up at the AusGP.
Yeah.
but
Gosh, imagine the security.
Oh, no.
It's just.
Imagine Martin Brundle grid walk.
The grid
Oh,
walk.
well, that's what I've been saying this whole time. Like, we're just gonna go find Kim here.
She almost wouldn't be able to do the grid walk. I don't know. I think she would have to be very like
She would need like a box of security
Yeah.
guards
kept.
walking with her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, but then think about the security around Lewis last year at AusGP. It's gonna be the exact same.
All the
Oh,
same.
I'm still so annoyed at the situation that we had.
We're going to move on though. We're going to talk about the AusGP and everything to expect, because the reason like we wanted to get you guys on before AusGP is you two collectively probably cop the biggest questions about the AusGP. I have
Probably
ever
more
seen
than those GP
online.
themselves.
You guys
100%.
are their FAQ.
Yeah.
Like people come to you for tickets, timings, sponsors, off track, on track events. Like the questions that I see on your comment sections around AusGP, and yes, I am the psycho that goes and reads them because I'm also intrigued to see what people are asking you, is huge. And so we're going to discuss everything AusGP and what to expect and what you guys are excited for, and, you know, how you're going to be managing content as well and your community, because, you know, you also want to attend and have fun, but then you both collectively have built these amazing communities, and there is pressure in that. And so we can touch on that as well, to maintaining that. So yeah, who wants to start? What are we looking forward to the most, or what is your most frequently asked question? And we can start there.
We get asked a lot of questions. I think it also depends a lot on what videos we just posted.
Yeah.
Like, for example, I just posted a Melbourne Walk video, so all my DMs are just Melbourne Walk related questions. But we
I
get
do think
everything.
Melbourne Walk is probably one of the biggest questions.
And what are they asking you about Melbourne Walk? And for anyone that's international listener that's not here, what is Melbourne Walk?
The Melbourne Walk's very, I guess, iconic for the AusGP, really. I don't really think any other race does this, but it's basically where the drivers and teams come in and fans can line up at the walkway and they stop and do interviews, get photos and signatures. That is the Melbourne Walk as a whole. I think the most asked question is just, how do I successfully do the
front
Melbourne
row.
Walk?
Because
Yeah.
it's
It
a
is
mosh
intense.
pit.
Yeah.
It's intense.
Yeah.
I know people last year were lining up, 4 or 5 a.m. to run. Because, like, you get there early to line up to be first in the gate, but then if you can't run fast, you're
It's
just going to
gate
get
one,
past
right?
Yeah, well, the closest gate's gate one.
gate one.
And it's over 700 meters, but you've got to go upstairs. There's overpasses. You're weaving in and out of the metal barricade. So even though it probably doesn't sound that long, it still takes
And you're
2,
running with
3,
like
4
hundreds
minutes
of other
sometimes to
people.
get there.
Yeah.
And that's just consistent running. So there's always questions about that or time to line up. And then we get the, you know, like, what do you wear? Can I bring food? There's like such specific questions too. Can I bring this specific thing of, like, it gets so specific sometimes. And
Like, can I bring?
So what would your advice be for anyone trying to get into Melbourne Walk?
well, get there as well. My advice is, if you're not a good runner, it's potentially not for you, because you have to. And even someone commented on my video yesterday basically saying, you know, I'm not the fastest runner, but I was able to keep my pace the entire time. Most people get let through the gate and just sprint, and then they gas out like really quickly. And he was like,
So
you know, I just
maybe everyone should start training right now.
yeah,
So you're better being long
basically.
distance than a short distance runner.
Can someone
100%,
put
like,
their
you
run
can
on
jog the whole
Strava,
thing.
please? If you're running to Melbourne Walk, please put it on Strava. I would like to be part of that. Tag me, and I will be checking your times.
Sorry, did you, on the topic of Strava, did you see for Bad Bunny's Super Bowl concert, the trees?
Yes.
Yeah.
There was someone
did
that
see
like
that.
clocked their Strava.
Yeah.
Reminded me when I Strava'd my birth.
Did you?
I did, but then it stopped working. And the worst thing is when I was like peak pushing, I was like was holding on my phone and then it activated the alarm, the emergency alarm, and it was like beep beep. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, there's too much going on.
Through my phone, and then all my emergency contacts got emergency. Emergency. Patricia Cabrini, my friend, was like, "2 what is going on?" Anyway,
They've been very
Anyway, sorry, back to
confusing.
Melbourne Walk.
yes, back to Melbourne Walk.
I can't even remember what I was saying, but
We're talking about running and
yes,
getting there.
Strava.
And
definitely pace yourself because people go too hard too early. So it doesn't always depend on if you're the first one there. It just depends how good you are at running, I think.
Almost cross country running as well. It's not a flat surface like you said. It's
Well, when I used to, didn't do it last year because I don't run. But I would come in from the other side, so I'd come in from like gate 9. So then you have to run over the water bridge, which
there's 2 water bridges now.
yeah, which is
I
a
actually
good
think
thing.
that would be
I reckon
easier.
it's smarter.
It's further
It's
though.
longer. It's over a
But-
kilometre.
Okay.
I have managed to get to the front every time I've done it, but that
Really?
was before it wasn't as busy as it is now. But the other option is as well, if you don't want to get a photo with them or get their signature, they have like the little grandstand. So if you just want to get a glimpse, everyone runs to the front first. You can kind of go up there.
Yeah.
And then you can at least get a good view
Great
of them
view.
coming in and getting photos of them.
Which part are you?
So it's at the Melbourne Walk, they have like the little,
Yeah.
those purple grandstands that they put.
Oh,
so you
like
can
little
get on those.
stands.
So if you can get up to the top of those while everyone's running to the front, like you'll have the best view.
Yeah.
You
If
just
you're
won't be able
happy to
meet
just not
them.
get a
But if you just
Yeah,
want to
it
get good
depends
photos,
what you want to get out of it, really.
Yeah.
Like some people are, obviously people really want to meet the drivers and sometimes there's no chance to do it beforehand if there's not a specific pop-up or anything to meet them at. So for a lot of people, it's the only chance for them to be able to meet them. So
Yeah.
I mean, fair play if they're
Fair
willing
play.
to wake up so early and run all
Yeah,
that way.
absolutely.
Like,
Even
go
if you
for
just
it.
do it for one day, like on the Thursday or the Friday.
yeah.
I was going to say on what you were saying as well, I think a good thing for people to definitely do is familiarize themselves of like where the gates are, where, you know, whether you're, don't think you'd be driving, but whether you are driving or you're tramming or you're training or because now there's Anzac Station, like now there's more options, but know exactly where to go, where the bridges are, what your game plan is. Not even necessarily with Melbourne Walk, but just in general, have a game plan so you know roughly like, well, I want to go get food from this place or I want to, which kind of I think touching on that as well in terms of sponsors. There's obviously so many new sponsors this year. Have you got any favourites?
Well, I just saw Chin Chin and Grill Americano are coming. Not necessarily a sponsor,
Really?
but yeah. So
Yeah, they're going to have little restaurant
Amazing.
setups. So for anyone that doesn't know that, that's 2 very famous restaurants in Australia. Yeah, so they're in Sydney and Melbourne and consistently delicious for years and years and years.
I hope they bring the tiramisu from
Oh
Grill Americano,
my
just
God.
scooping it out.
They have to. They
Yeah.
would
Surely.
have to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Ferrari tiramisu.
Yum. Yeah, I'm
What
excited
so
about that.
yeah, any other ones? Like what I mean, there's so many sponsors also off the track as well for the Aus GP doing activations. Like what's going on? Tell us, give us a rundown.
Well,
Pretend
we
we
just
don't
said this
know.
morning, Quadrant just posted this morning officially announcing their pop-up. We'd heard whispers, Max on his streams kind of leaked it a little bit, but they did announce this morning they're doing it. Thursday to Sunday. You can actually grab a coffee with Max on the
I
Saturday.
saw that.
Apparently.
Max Futrell, that is. not
Max
Futrell.
Futrell, not Verstappen.
Yeah.
Yes.
People can turn up in their Red Bull merch. and-
Run team.
yeah, so that's been announced. There hasn't been too many others at
Yeah,
this point.
I mean, you can go and get the new Oscar burger.
yes.
And I did get that email that every person, I think if you have the Relish account, which is like the grilled membership, every time you buy an Oscar burger, you go into the draw to win a meet and greet with Oscar. So that's
so
fun.
good. Also, that's such a good incentive to sign
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
It is,
I know.
yes. They're also doing the like merch tents outside of Crown along the river. They're
Yeah.
doing that again. So that's typically
I actually think-
open soon.
I was going to say that is sometimes a good way to spot. I remember last year, was it Claude or someone? Did you spot Pete
She
drivers?
was standing
along?
next to Oscar at the traffic lights.
Yes. So I was just walking, near the merch tents basically.
Yeah.
I was just walking and I hear someone yell, kill him, Oscar. And I was like, what? And I like whip my head around and Oscar just like runs past me and he's like, yeah, thanks, mate. And then Oscar stopped at the traffic lights and then I was approaching the traffic lights. And so I'm just there standing next to him and I was like, do I speak to him? And I was like, no, I'll just let him go. And so I'm just standing next to Oscar at the traffic lights.
Oh, that's
It
great.
is hard because obviously a lot of the drivers come early to adjust to Australian time, whatever. It's actually a good opportunity, that, especially being the season opener, they like to get here early. But then they also want to get out and about and exercise.
Yeah.
What do you think is the ethics and morals here in managing those meet and greets when they're not official capacity and they're in their downtime?
So I have met a couple of drivers just walking around Melbourne. Just don't go to their hotels.
Oh,
I feel like that's the number one. Just don't do that.
Yeah.
Like,
Don't wait out the front.
you can just walk around Melbourne. Like I met Logan Sargent and Hosier Lane on my lunch break. I was just walking down there. I was like, oh, F1 drivers come down here. I've got 10 minutes. I might just go for a walk. And then he was just walking towards me.
Yeah.
And the same as F2 and F3 drivers because they're obviously not, as recognisable to most people that don't watch. They're everywhere. So just if you have the first few days before the AusGP, just walk around the city and you might spot someone. Even Chapel Street. You don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if there's anything like black and white of like this is right, this is wrong. I feel like you almost just have to use common sense a lot of the time and just understand, okay,
this is still a person.
yeah, exactly. They're still a person. Like,
read the room.
do they look open? Yeah, exactly. Read the room. Do they look open? Are they in a conversation? Are they on a run? Like, are you going to chase after
like
them?
you could have had that.
Do that.
You're at the traffic lights with Oscar, and he's clearly like on a run, or he's just trying to move quickly. But standing next to him at the traffic lights, you could have had the opportunity just to be like, "Hey, can I get a quick photo?" or just say something. But it's also like, but
We're both
I'm
just
letting
living
you,
our life.
I'm just letting you be for a second, and I'm going to acknowledge that I have seen you, and we move on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially if someone's mid-run when I just think running, like,
I can't imagine
don't
being
interrupt.
stopped on
If
a
someone
run.
interrupted me in a run, I'd be like, do you know how much work it is to get where I am right now? I'd be so frustrated. But I think maybe in the traffic light situation.
It also depends on the driver because when I met Lando, it was near his hotel, but he was finishing a run, but he was posting in real time that he was on a run along the city walk.
Oh, he's asking for it.
So like, if
Come
you didn't,
find me, ladies.
I don't know if he did that last
He
year.
was one of the only drivers to not really stay in the city. Some of them get houses out on the burbs, and then come in via big vans every day.
Yeah.
I do know that, but yeah, Lando actually stayed in a hotel in the middle of South Yarra, and I was like, bro.
I think,
Just
and he
like-
walked past the Daniel pop-up on Chapel Street.
Yeah, which is actually where the quadrant
Yeah.
pop-up will be this
Maybe he
year.
was
Correct.
scoping
Yes.
it out.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I'm like,
I remember speaking
Well, he's
about
not
this.
involved with Quadrant anymore as much.
Not as much.
Yeah, he sold his shares, I believe. Yeah, so
Yeah.
I think he's stepping away from that.
I remember speaking about this with Maddie, who works at the W, and we're having this conversation about even though Crown may not be the best of best hotels in Melbourne, but the reason why a lot of the drivers stay at Crown and a lot of like even throughout AO, a lot of the tennis players stay at Crown is because there's tunnels underneath Crown. So like security wise, there's like no competition in terms of security, so they can literally go in and out through the tunnels.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah, you
interesting.
can go straight down to the car park.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And you also spot them at restaurants. I mean, they're everywhere.
yes, I was gonna say. I mean, any of the restaurants along
yeah.
Crown, you'll spot them. Ishizuka, the Japanese restaurant. I know last year Carlos and Yuki, when he was with us, he went. Also,
He's still alive.
Yeah.
When he was with us.
when he was with us, Trattoria Emilia in the city, my favorite Italian restaurant. It's just like Ferrari Team Central there.
Yeah.
Because obviously they want to eat good Italian food, they go to Trattoria Emilia.
Mm.
So,
But
if
yeah,
you
we
know, if you
do-
wanna go out for dinner every single night and you want to spot them that way, that's another way.
Or go play paddle.
Or
True.
They will be at paddle
They will be
courts.
playing
Go play
paddle.
There are new paddle courts next to Victoria Gardens in Richmond as well.
Can we-
I've
Wait,
been
would
wanting
you
to
guys
go
want-
there. Yes.
Can we play? Because
Yeah.
I
Yeah, that
want
would
to
be
play.
fun.
I'll
I really
referee.
want to play.
There's no way I can't play paddle. Have you seen my back?
I was about to say.
I know.
Let's
but
have
if your-
portable
once
mics
your
and
back's
then we
better,
can do the
Oh,
podcast.
we're like years from that. I will referee.
Yeah, you can
To be
Yeah, I
fair, your
really-
reach compared to
Yeah, you
all of
can
us.
commentate.
will
I was
be
gonna
like the
say,
whole
Elle would
course.
just
So
go.
true.
I know, paddle court's quite small.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Us will just be running the whole time.
I know, yeah. I was
Training for
thinking that.
Melbourne.
The smaller
Walk.
courts are better for us, so.
True.
But yeah, I think that is one of our most asked questions is if we can't go to the Melbourne Walk, how how do I meet a driver?
And like things will pop up. Like Williams normally does their fan zone.
Yeah.
Being the first race, I feel like they are doing more in Australia and in Melbourne now. Like there was a Valtteri meetup at Adidas like after Friday practice last year in the city. So you just have to turn all the post notifications on.
Yeah.
Me and Liv will probably post about it too.
And how do you guys think you're going to manage all of that? Because you're attending as fans. Tell us the grandstands where you'll be. I know you're in a very exciting one, Liv. And like, you know, managing having your own fun. Oh, hello. Oh,
Delivery for you.
ooh, this is a little surprise. Well, speaking of collabs, we were literally just talking about this. The Oscar Piastri
God.
grilled burgers arrived.
Yay!
And
Thank you.
I think,
Enjoy, girls.
are we one of the first to try?
You are one of the first. I launched on Tuesday.
Oh my God. So this has just come out on Tuesday.
Amazing.
And it is Friday.
I actually was
And-
thinking I'm
and
quite
the new
hungry.
box as well.
I know.
It looks
So
insane.
we are going to enjoy a nice little.
Oscar Piastri burger.
I'm
I
going to keep the
love
box.
the new box.
I
Yeah.
was gonna say, literally,
Try
like,
not to get sauce on it this
keep
time.
the box.
I know.
Sweet.
So you can actually go through the drive-through, guys, as well. And what were you saying before about the relish account?
Oh, you can, every time you buy a burger, if you have a relish
go,
account, you
Liv.
go into the draw to meet Oscar.
So this is one of obviously
God.
the new
How good.
new
love this.
grilled things. Oh, some little drinks, grilled some
ASMR.
little drinks
So
for
how
us
good
as
does
well.
this look?
Yeah, I'm going to keep it.
OP81. Gosh, grilled, they slap.
They do, hey?
They slap.
Seriously.
And I
mean,
love it. I'm a
this sauce
chicken
is my
burger
favourite.
Does
girl.
anyone remember the
I'm a
episode that I
chicken
did last
burger
year where I
girl
got
too.
really
Wait,
aggressive?
are they
Liv called me out.
Oh, yes. I do remember
and I was
that
eating the burger.
Oh,
Liv called you out.
Yeah,
did
oh,
call
no,
her
no,
out.
just because didn't call me out. It was
Just having a crash out.
I was just having a crash out and I was eating a burger whilst recording a solo podcast because Pat was away.
I mean, fair enough.
So what will you get in the little grill box? Oh, guys.
Sorry,
grilled
look at
chips.
these chips.
Yeah.
Like,
And the sauce, I'm a big fan of the.
Yeah, the sauce is my
wait, are
favourite
there
sauce.
napkins in that box over there? In that bag? Is that? Because I don't want a napkin.
I mean, don't feel like you have to eat it now. It is breakfast time.
Do you know what? I didn't have breakfast though, and I had a sour worm. So maybe it is
So-
time to have a burger.
In the burger, I'm just going to hold
Oh
it
my
up.
God, yum.
Oh God, that
looks
looks
so
so good. Also, like the little orange sesame seeds.
Yeah, so
they're
on the
cute.
last one, it was a black
Wow.
bun with orange sesame seeds, carrot, and it had bacon and a beef patty.
Yes.
And I think this one is chicken.
chicken,
And it has avocado in it.
Yep.
Oh,
It also
nice.
has barbecue sauce down the bottom.
Yeah.
barbecue sauce down the bottom, bacon on
Yep.
top.
Sorry, I'm just going to do a quick
This
taste
is
test.
like-
I haven't eaten breakfast.
Neither have I.
Looks like I'm
Alright,
such
and
a
then we'll go
messy
back.
eater.
Oh my God, the cheese looks so good. Yum.
Yeah, I'm like Dani. I'm a chicken burger
Yeah.
girl.
Oh my Lord.
Especially from grilled.
Yes.
Grilled
the chicken
chicken
from
is-
grilled is unreal.
Oh, that's so good.
Oh, the knot of bacon at the end.
Al's speechless. Pat's,
Oh.
it's good.
Alright.
It's the general consensus.
So,
Yum.
moving on. That was...
We will take a quick intermission.
I will finish that afterwards.
Yum. How do I
Sorry.
close the box?
You just up in there. But I'm going to keep...
Because once you start, then you're not going to be able to stop.
No.
So.
Correct.
I'm very glad this collab is back. I was
Yeah.
a little bit worried that it wasn't going to come back because of things that were happening online
Yeah.
last year. But
Which I think I'm saying the chicken burger is going to reverse the curse and it's going to be good luck instead.
the
Oh,
chicken...
that's a good hashtag. Reverse the curse.
Reverse
Oh,
the curse.
nice.
Oh,
You're welcome, grilled.
if you listen and you hear that.
Yeah.
Reverse the curse.
But it's from Dani.
You're welcome. Grilled does
Quick
follow me, so
trademark
make them a
Grilled
DM.
trademark. Quickly trademark it. Danny's trademarking reverse. the curse.
Yeah, bit of lunch for you guys later to take home.
Thank
Love
you
that.
so
Should we
much.
put them on the? Should we
You
keep?
can keep them there.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's one collab that we're looking forward to.
Yes.
Yes.
What were we discussing?
Um,
we got interrupted.
We're talking about. Oh, Liv is in the Piastri grandstand.
I
Yeah,
am in
that's
the
what the
Piastri
grandstand. Yes, that's what
I'm
we'll
very
talk about.
excited. I fought very hard to get those tickets.
She got
and-
tickets first in the pre-sale.
Yeah,
You're
I
one
got
of the
pre-sale,
many.
which not many people got.
No.
So
History in the making.
Yeah.
yeah,
You need
so I'm very
tickets?
excited. I've got my yellow hat, my green top.
Yeah.
Do you hope that everyone's going to be wearing their merch and sitting in the grandstand?
Well, here's the thing. So I don't know if it's socially acceptable or not to wear other team colours in the Piastri grandstand purely because I don't have 4 Oscar Piastri outfits. So I'm like, are you meant to wear the top every single day?
Oh, I see.
Surely
what you
not because I
mean.
need to wash it.
Maybe if you
Yeah.
just wear the
So
hat,
what's the...
I reckon the hat.
because then you can see the hat
Yeah.
more than you can probably see.
And like save the shirt for race day,
Yeah.
unless you want to like have a cute top.
Yeah, see,
yeah,
I'm
the
not sure.
hat.
I don't know what the etiquette is when you're in a driver's grandstand.
It's
where
going to
you're
look
allowed
so
to
good
wear.
when it's a
It will.
sea of the.
If they
it's
want it to be
green
like
top.
the
I think
Lando.
you need to wear it on the Sunday.
Yeah.
If you're in the Piastri grandstand, I think you wear as much Piastri as you
Like
can.
they did it with the Lando grandstand at
Yes.
Silverstone.
Yeah.
And the whole stand was like his colours. But then the grandstand itself was also his colour. So that
Yeah.
was a bit more like, this is Lando.
And where will you be, Dani?
I am in the Brabham grandstand.
Yep.
So I'll be able to wave kind of, not really across to live.
Well, I'll see one half of the Cadillac livery and you'll
Yes.
see the other half.
Yes, because we're on
So
opposite
different
sides of the track.
Oh,
Because it's different.
yes, of course.
Yeah, so we'll see a different car.
You'll see different styles.
Yeah, our photos will be
Our
different.
photos will be different.
And how are you guys going to find like going through, managing your communities and F1 content creation throughout the week? Because I'm sure a lot of people also look up to you guys as well in things that they might want to start this. So maybe they're looking for tips as well on like what they should be doing.
I think for me, because I go with my partner as well, so it's like I'm going as a fan first, but obviously we get one race, so I'm going to want to make all the content that I can.
Of course.
But I think going in with a little bit of a plan, and I guess I just don't think about it too much. To be honest. I don't want to overthink it.
Yeah,
Because
because
then if
people
I'm-
are going to be in your DMs the whole time asking
Yeah.
questions.
Well, yeah, we
comes-
might.
Will you just redirect
I was
them
going
to
to say, there comes a
AusGP?
point where you almost like, especially like during the race, it's like, I just want to be present.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You just
exactly.
almost want to switch off.
And
log
we
out.
do a lot, like last year, our friend Ari, who does the track walks, had like a meet-up on the Thursday. Lived wasn't there because she forgot her ticket. Yeah.
We don't talk about that.
Well, luckily they didn't sell out on the Thursday. I had
Yeah.
to re-buy my ticket
She bought a
because
ticket
I
at the gate.
physically couldn't go back home and get it.
Yeah.
So it worked out.
I had to put that there for now because I will keep eating and it's going to interrupt.
But yeah, we kind of do things like when there's nothing happening on track, if we're walking around and doing meetups and talking to people. But yeah, when the cars are on the track, I'm kind of just, I'm
Yeah.
here.
That's why Thursday, I know we've said this before, but Thursday is such a great day. I mean, obviously there's like no F1, but I think it's such a great day to just like find your bearings, figure out, like scope out, I want to eat there, I want to do this. Meet up with your friends, meet up with people that you might not necessarily meet up with. Like it's that day to, they always have tickets available on Thursday. I'm
Yeah.
like, guys, get your tickets for Thursday.
And
like
There's
you
so
wanna
much to
be
do.
there. There's so much to do.
But you can also, like, there's still Porsche Carrera Cup, supercars,
Yeah.
and you can go into any grandstand. So it's like if you want to get grandstand tickets for the next
Yeah.
year, it's the best time to kind of see what view you like.
Yes, that's so true.
And it
if
also
you have-
builds up to the weekend. Like
Yeah.
while there's not F1 cars on track,
Yeah.
it still gets you excited just being
Gets
there
you
and
so
seeing everything.
excited.
And
You know,
there'll be,
there's
like-
still drivers there.
Yeah.
The days go so quickly. So,
So
to Pat's
fast.
point,
Yeah, it goes
it gives you
so
an opportunity
fast.
to soak up everything that's happening
Yeah.
around the track. Because if you go across the water bridge, people forget there's stuff happening on that
There is
side.
stuff over
Yeah.
there.
There's so
yeah.
much going on. Yeah, it's
Like they have the whole kid zone. I'm sure there'll be like Lego will be there. I
Lego
would
will be
say
there.
they
Yeah.
had like where you
Lego's
could make
there.
your own little car last year.
Yeah.
there's that whole STEM section as well, which I thought was really cool, especially like for families. I think that whole section is
Yeah.
fantastic. There's like great activations. Obviously you went to Silverstone 2 years ago, and I remember you were saying like it just blew your mind. The space and the fact that you can't really get around. Like again, we're so
I have
lucky
to get on a
with
bus to get to
AusGP
the
is
other
like
side of the
Oh
track.
my god.
yeah, like AusGP is a circuit that you can pretty much walk around the entire circuit. So Thursday can be that day where you scope out, where you see everything, where you get, you collect all your little things from the activations, do all the fun things, and then you lock in.
Exactly.
Yeah.
From pre-practice 1 on Friday, lock in.
Because you don't want to leave all that stuff to Friday, Saturday, Sunday,
No.
because that's when you
No.
want to watch the on-track action.
And that's when it's
Thursday
busier.
allows you to walk around and see everything, and tickets are very reasonably priced on the Thursday, so you can get in quite easily. They never sell out, so it's the perfect day to go and check out the food, check out where your closest toilet is, where the
Yes, that too.
drink
There
taps
are drivers there on the Thursday as well.
Yeah.
So the
Yeah.
fan
They're doing a lot
forum
of media.
stage as
Yeah.
well.
Yes, the fan
Yeah.
forum. Yep.
Yeah.
So
So
much to do.
it's a good time to go see them.
And the Melbourne Walk, I always say Thursday's the best day. And
Yes.
you can go on the afternoon for the Melbourne Walk. We didn't say that before. But you don't have to. If you don't want to run, you can wait there for when they leave the track. Yeah, people do wait there.
But
all
they
day.
come and go all day on Thursday at
Yeah.
different times.
So you can just sit at the Melbourne Walk all day.
yeah,
if you
that'll
want.
be different situations going on as
Yeah.
well.
I was going to say, don't you think there's like such a strategy as well around drinking enough water to be hydrated, but then not so much that you have to go to the toilet all the time? Like there's so much strategy
Such
that
a
you have
female like brain thought as well.
It
Like that's how
is.
I think
It's
as well.
so
I
much
get
like-
so dehydrated during the week.
Must
Oh,
hydrate.
Because I don't want to drink water because I don't want to have to keep going to the bathroom.
Yeah.
That's what I said to
Yeah.
someone about the Melbourne Walk. I said, you know, you can, if you want to go in the afternoon, you can get there around lunchtime and wait, but you can't really go to the toilet. Like
You
you're
can't
kind of
leave.
stuck there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's
That was
really up to you
me
on-
for 5
do.
hours when I waited there one day. I met Daniel, so it was worth it. But
Worth
I
it.
was like, wow, I've just forgotten how to have any kind of bodily function. I'm just standing here. And then it's like the minute you leave, it's like, oh, yeah, I need to drink water. I need to eat.
Well, on that, any other tips on like what to wear, dress, like what to bring to the track? Like, I'm sure people are asking you that if that's their first time, especially coming, and they're maybe in GA or in a grandstand. Or, I mean, if you're in a hospitality suite, you're kind of sorted, right? You've got access to bathrooms and food and drink and whatever,
I still think
and
there's
you're undercover.
there is appropriate and inappropriate footwear,
Yeah,
regardless.
100%.
I've seen
But
people in stilettos, and it's like just because
I
you
have
are
to.
in
Yeah.
a
Paddock Club does
Hospitality
not mean
suite.
that you wear.
It
You
does
still have
not
to
mean-
walk somewhere.
Yeah.
And you know when you see someone in a stiletto and you think
Yeah.
it's their first time here.
Yeah.
I actually I remember 2 years ago, we went with Toyota on Sunday, so we're in the Paddock Club, and I had 2 pairs of shoes on me because my outfit required
right,
my
that's
little Gucci shoes.
You're like, I need to bring a bag big enough to fit my little.
Yeah.
But they weren't. I mean, they were a kitten heel.
It
at
was a kid in a
least.
hill, and then I've done that a couple of times if it's just for an outfit for a photo,
Yeah.
and then I quickly
That's a good idea.
change.
Well, that's the thing. Yeah, if you've got another pair of shoes, that's
Yeah.
fine. But,
But-
yeah,
Yeah.
the footwear is one
That's
of the
the most
most
important.
important things.
Especially if
yeah.
you're riding to Melbourne Walk.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Get those
And
runners on.
It's either going to be so hot and dusty or raining and muddy. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I feel like shoes. I have a designated pair of Grand Prix shoes that are just covered in dust.
So
Yeah.
true. It's like you just
Yeah.
have to expect the fact that your shoe, regardless of where you are, your shoes are going to get dusty.
Especially because I don't come from gate 1. I come from that side of
Gate
like gate
9.
9. So,
So
I'm
do we.
walking, the whole way.
Mm.
So I'm wearing comfy shoes. Like my outfit stops at my ankles. My shoes don't count.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if they don't look good. I would rather
So
be
true.
comfortable.
Yeah.
I think a lot of what to bring as well is so like weather dependent. Like, you know, you obviously need to bring sunscreen, hat, sunnies, bring a fan. Like so much of it is
And then
to
on the
protect
opposite,
yourselves from the elements.
Rain poncho,
Yeah,
jacket.
Sometimes you need both.
Yes.
Yeah,
Both
you gotta
sets
pack it
in
all.
one day.
Oh, I'm bringing both. If it's hot, prepare for the opposite. Just in case. I feel
yeah.
like we all have a bit of trauma from last year.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, that was so wet.
It was like Saturday was 39 degrees and then Sunday it was muggy in the morning
Oh.
and then the rain, the heavens opened up and it was freezing.
Kind of hope it's super hot again. To be
And you
entirely
just,
honest.
yeah, so do I. I think it will because it's earlier on in the season this year.
A nice 25.
Oh, that would be
Would be
26.
perfect.
Cooler. 20.
Oh, like 20. I know, because when you're in the sun, again, like just Australian sun is.
And depending what grandstand you're in, when you go around the track now, you can see what gets the direct sun. And it's always at like
Yes.
3 o'clock when
Grab
the
'em.
race literally starts.
Again,
Yeah,
Thursday. Yeah, it's so true. I know you need to think of where the sun, like what facing your stand is.
You even see it on TV when you watch like half the grandstand. It'll just be bright. Like at the tennis. You have to pick your seat so you're not in the direct sun or else you're just not having a good time.
So true.
Yeah.
And just be prepared, like bring extra water bottles as well. Make sure they're all filled up.
It's so good that you can bring your own water bottle in.
yeah.
I
I
mean,
mean,
that's
they have water stations everywhere.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's the beauty of AusGP as well. Is at least they have the water stations, and also I was going to say on the topic of sunscreen, at least Mecca has their stands with lots of sunscreen. And
No, they don't sell the sunscreen in the Mecca stand.
They don't.
No,
La
'cause it's
Roche-Posay.
Mecca
I thought
Max.
they-
It's La Roche
Bag
Posay.
again.
I thought they were doing it this year.
No, as far as
they
I
did
know,
it at the
they're
tennis.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, it was the tennis.
Okay,
thing.
well, La Roche Posay has their sunscreen.
Yeah,
So
and
But
last
they also
last year they did the free skin check.
I was about to say
Yeah,
that.
I
They
don't know if
always-
they're doing that this
They
year.
haven't announced it yet, but
Yeah.
every year they have done the free skin checks,
Yeah.
which is amazing. But I would
Yes.
recommend. They say you can turn up on the day, but they always book out. Try and
Yes.
book before,
Yeah.
beforehand.
There's
and
usually
yeah,
availability
it's
on the
really good.
Thursdays.
Yes.
Go
Yeah.
on Thursday.
Yeah.
And you can
This
even book it around, like even if Thursday's not available, book it around the race times. I think I went
Yeah.
I went Friday afternoon last year in between. I can't remember what it was in between. And it was perfect. You're just in and out in a couple minutes.
Yeah, it's
skin
very
check.
quick.
Yeah, amazing. And then I got a little goodie bag afterwards with
It is
lots
a
of
good incentive.
sunscreens.
I think
remember
so.
you were really worried.
I was
like,
freaking
well,
I was having a full anxiety attack before we did it.
Yeah.
Valid.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was really, really worried because I tan very easily.
Mm.
And I'd just come back from a week in WA where I'd
Yeah.
been blitzed in Exmouth. So I was like,
Yeah.
But how
That's
great
fine.
that you can get it checked and then you would have peace of mind after that.
yeah, I was worried it was going to ruin my whole weekend, to be
I
entirely
was going to say, it could have gone either way.
That's what I was freaking out. I was like, I just don't want to have to think about this. But
Yeah.
yeah, it was a really great peace of mind when it was done.
I was going to ask,
Mm-hmm.
I'm intrigued to know, what is the weirdest question you guys have been asked?
Weirdest question. Nothing comes
I
to
had
mind.
one the other day.
Go on. Spill.
Expose them. Put them to shame.
It's not so much weird. It was just a bit like, I don't really know how to reply to it. It was just someone asking for the whereabouts of Charles Leclerc. Like, how can I find him? Where can I find him? On like
Scary.
10 different videos. And I was like, at the track, at the Melbourne Walk.
Yeah, you do get questions, where's this driver staying? Where's
Yeah,
that
and I'm
driver
like,
staying?
I don't know. I'm at my house. I don't know where they are. I'm not staying with them.
Oh, that's scary.
Yeah, nothing that comes to mind, to be honest. Other than, just really specific driver questions.
Yeah.
God, that's terrifying.
Yeah.
Or you'll get like super specific ones about like, I'm sitting in this grandstand in this row in this seat. What's my view going to be? I don't know.
Let me just drive to the track and
I don't know.
I'll go sit in your exact seat
Yeah.
and just double check for you.
Yeah.
yeah.
I've had that a few times, and I'm like, I've done GA,
Yeah.
and then I've done Brabham. That's it. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I've had
Yeah.
a few people like slide in to be like, oh, like men.
Mm.
Be like, oh, I should take you out. Let's catch up at the Grand Prix.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, stranger danger.
Yeah.
Stranger
Maybe
danger.
not.
Yeah, that's a good reminder for everyone. Stranger danger.
Great to meet online friends, but with
With
common sense.
common sense, yeah. Always good to have a buddy with you.
Yes.
Yeah.
But also there's no silly questions either.
No.
Like, because I know my first year, I had no idea what was going on. I just didn't know
And I feel like that's
what
why
to bring,
we
what
kind
to
of
wear,
do it.
like anything. So
Like, I'm kind of answering the question. Like, why I started doing that is because, when I first went, I was like, I don't know anyone. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to expect. So I was like, well, if I'm wondering, I'm sure other people might find it helpful.
Yeah.
And that's, I always give that advice too when people say they want to start content and they're like, I don't know what to post. I'm like, whatever you're thinking, someone else is thinking that as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
So just post that.
Yeah.
You know, if you're
The algorithm would do its thing.
Literally.
exactly like if you're not sure,
Be authentic.
if you're like thinking about doing the Melbourne Walk and you want to learn more about it, okay, learn more about it and post a video on it. Like whatever you're
Post a
thinking,
video
just put
about
that
learning
out there.
about it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Just
Or
don't
put a
copy
video
anyone.
asking about
Yeah.
it. Be like, hey, I want to do the Melbourne Walk. Like, what are your experiences on it? I
I
want
wanna-
a video on anything.
I want to see people's videos of running to Melbourne Walk and like
I know, I
the,
wanna see
like,
that
play
struggle.
by play.
Liv did a series last year of
I
like
did.
training to do it, but they've blocked it off earlier. So
I couldn't do it this year,
couldn't
but
do
yeah, I
it.
did one last year. It was like run with me from gate 1 to Melbourne Walk and see how long it takes.
Oh,
it was,
that's
it was
so
me
good.
running there.
Oh.
But the
We're obviously very
Quadlock
lucky.
did it, not last year, the year before.
Yeah.
They did it on I think it was the third or one of the days they did it. They filmed the entire way doing it. So there's a couple of vids out there, but yeah, it just seems so intense and scary.
I was going to say we're very lucky that obviously Albert Park is our backyard.
yeah.
Yep.
I just think it's something that we forget how lucky we are that we literally get to go drive around the
No,
first
I think it's closest
F1
from
track
this week.
of the
Ends, isn't
season.
it?
Yeah, this is the last week
Yeah.
you can drive around it because
Yeah.
they're closing it early. So we're going to miss them putting up I love watching them
driving
put the garage signs
Yeah.
up. But that's okay.
I
We'll
am
just-
surprised they are closing it off a little bit earlier than usual. I was a bit bummed by that
I mean, it
because
probably
Yeah.
makes sense. For them, so it's
It
not
was
of a
fun
mad
being able
rush.
to go like when it's like we were down there last year at like 10 p.m. while they were painting like the Louis
Yeah.
Vuitton for the first time, and I'm like, oh my god, this is so
yeah, they're
exciting.
painting the Qatar at the moment.
Yeah.
yeah.
So it's like it's a shame we can't see it, but it also has got a lot busier of people going.
Yes,
Yeah.
it does make
So
sense.
it does make sense.
They need to plan accordingly.
Yeah. And like imagine trying to do your job and there's people like me like, just with a camera filming
Yeah.
everything.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
exactly.
So I'm like, I get it, but yeah, I'll just have
Snaps
to
for
drive
AusGP
around.
team. You guys do a great job.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, before we've got to wrap this up, but before we go, any last, AusGP predictions or last things that you just want to remind everyone about the upcoming AusGP?
My first thing that comes to mind is just don't overthink it and have fun, because I feel like obviously we put out so much content talking about it, which is great, but then people that haven't been before are just watching all that and trying to plan it all so accordingly. It's like just go and have fun at the end of it.
Stay safe as well.
Yeah.
Like, make sure you're looking out for the people around you, and make sure you're able to get there safely, go home safely. The skin as well, which we were just talking about. Make sure you bring your sunscreen. There's always samples, but keep hydrated. Bring food. That's another thing a lot of people ask is, can you bring food? You can bring food.
Yeah.
I know it can be a little bit expensive at the track as well, so definitely bring that too. Predictions though. Charles has done really well in
Yes, he
testing.
has. Thank you very
So,
much.
just going to put that out there. That would be quite nice. However, I mean, I am in the Piastri Grandstand, so I would love to see an Oscar
Can you
win.
imagine being in the Oscar Grandstand watching an Oscar win?
That
Like
would
that.
be incredible.
Opposite the McLaren
Well,
garage
like,
as well.
Literally.
Yeah, because Lando won the first year he had his grandstand. Let this be a nice
It's only fair.
omen. It's only fair. Home race curse. Puh.
No, I don't.
Like what you
Exactly.
said, reverse the curse.
Exactly.
The, chicken burger,
Reverse
the
the
grilled
curse.
chicken
Hashtag
burger
reverse
is
the
going to
curse.
make Oscar win his home race.
Agree. So yeah, I'm gonna say Oscar or Max.
Oh,
Oh.
not Liam?
I said that last year and it didn't
Oh,
go
okay.
well. So we're not. Yeah,
Yeah, we're not talking about
crashed in front of my grandstand. That's unreal. Thanks, Liv.
You predicted the wrong thing.
I did. I said he was gonna win, and then yeah.
Yeah.
But that's
Predicted
okay.
the wrong thing.
Yeah. So I'm gonna say yeah. Maybe I'll do my podium will be Max, Oscar, and Lando in some way. But I think Oscar will win. I have
I'll go
faith.
Oscar, Charles,
Oh,
Max.
I thought you were gonna say a Williams driver there for a second.
Oh, if Alex Albon gets
Yeah.
on the podium, guys, this year, I'm going to freak out.
He will.
He will. He definitely will. Actually, we're doing a little bingo card. Do you have a prediction? I'm going to write it down. Do you have a prediction or something you want to add to our bingo card?
Yeah, Alex
For the
Albon
whole
first
year?
podium.
Yeah.
Yeah, surely. Alex Albon podium. Definitely.
Alex Albon podium.
It'll be big.
Amazing.
It'll be big.
I agree.
Well, guys, thank you so much for coming in today.
you.
It's just we'll pop your all your handles in the description link. So if people want to go follow you, if they're not already, they can, and they can go follow along with what you both are doing. You both do so much, and very in awe of the content that you create and how much you know, it's a lot of responsibility as well. It can feel like a lot of pressure, and you both manage it really, really well amongst all your other things that you're doing. So thank you so much for coming in and sharing your insight about the Australian Grand Prix with us.
Thank you. for
Thank
having
you so
us.
much.
Quickly share your handles as well whilst you're on audio.
I had to think
Liv
about that.
Tyler. Oh, TikTok, Liv Tyler with 2 R's. Dani, you go.
My TikTok is Dani's Formula, Dani with 2 I's, and then my Instagram is just my name, Dani Clarkson.
Yeah. So we'll pop all of those links in
Liv
the
doesn't know.
description.
I don't. My
That's
TikTok
fine.
is Liv Tyler with 2 R's, and Instagram is something similar.
Yeah. That's okay. We'll find it.
Thank you so much for joining us, guys. We've loved chatting with you.
Thank
It's
you.
always a pleasure.
Yeah.
Thank you so
Seeing you
much.
guys.
And
Lots
we'll
of fun.
see you on the track.
See you on Tuesday. We'll have a little
Yes.
moment together.
Yeah.
Yes.
We will. Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah.
Now we eat our burgers.
Bye.
Bye.